What if you had just 100 days? Not 100 years, not 100 months, just 100 days. Could you build a small farm that produces food for a family and also starts generating income? It sounds impossible. Most people think farming takes years before seeing results. But what if we choose the right crops, the right animals, and connect everything into one system? Today, we're taking on the 100-day self-sustaining farm challenge. Our goal is simple: produce vegetables, raise chickens, grow fish, make compost, and create a farm where one part supports another. The big question is, can this farm feed a family and generate income in just 100 days? Let's find out. Before we start, let's understand what a self-sustaining farm actually means. A self-sustaining farm is not a farm that produces everything. Instead, it's a farm where waste from one system becomes a resource for another. Nature already works this way. In a forest, no one applies fertilizer, no one removes waste, no one feeds the trees. Yet the forest continues growing year after year. Why? Because everything is connected. Leaves become compost. Compost feeds the soil. Soil feeds plants. Plants feed animals. Animals return nutrients to the soil. Our challenge is to copy this natural cycle on a small farm. On day 1, we begin with a simple piece of land. No crops, no animals, no income. Just an empty space full of potential. The first step is planning. Many farms fail because people start planting before they start thinking. So we divide the land into 4 zones: a vegetable area, a chicken area, a fish pond, and a compost section. Each zone has a purpose, but more importantly, each zone supports the others. This is where the challenge begins. The quickest way to produce food is through vegetables. So during the first few days, we plant crops that grow fast. Leafy greens, spinach, lettuce, amaranth, radish, okra, and other vegetables suitable for the local climate. Some of these crops can be harvested within just 25 to 40 days. That means food starts arriving long before the 100-day challenge ends. But vegetables do something else too. They provide early cash flow, and that income helps support the next stages of development. Now it's time to add chickens. Chickens are one of the most versatile farm animals. They provide eggs, they help control insects, they scratch the soil, and they produce manure. Many people see manure as waste, but on a self-sustaining farm, waste is wealth. Chicken manure can be composted and later used to improve soil fertility. This reduces dependence on expensive fertilizers and lowers production costs. Every egg collected and every nutrient recycled moves the farm one step closer to sustainability. Now let's focus on one of the most powerful tools on the farm: compost. Every day, vegetable scraps, dry leaves, grass cuttings, and animal manure are collected. Instead of throwing them away, they are transformed into valuable organic fertilizer. This process turns waste into nutrition, and nutrition into future harvests. Many successful farmers say compost is not just fertilizer. It's the foundation of a healthy farm, because healthy soil creates healthy crops, and healthy crops create healthy profits. Next comes the fish pond. Fish add another layer of food production. Depending on the region, species may vary, but the principle remains the same. The pond becomes more than just a place for fish. Water from the pond contains nutrients. Those nutrients can help support crop production. Meanwhile, plants around the pond help improve biodiversity and make better use of available space. Now we have vegetables, chickens, fish, and compost working together. The farm is beginning to look like a living ecosystem. This is where things get exciting. The first vegetable harvests start arriving. Fresh greens, root crops, seasonal vegetables. Food begins reaching the kitchen. Some produce is consumed by the family. The extra produce is sold. Small income starts flowing in. Egg production may also begin contributing. At this stage, the farm is not making huge profits. But that's not the goal. The goal is momentum. The farm is proving that production is possible, and every harvest builds confidence. By now, something interesting starts happening. The systems begin supporting each other naturally. Vegetable waste feeds the compost. Compost improves soil. Healthy soil improves crop growth. Some farm byproducts can be used as supplemental feed resources. Chicken manure supports compost production. The farm becomes more efficient, and costs begin to decrease. This is the hidden advantage of integrated farming. Not just producing more, but spending less. Because reducing expenses is often just as important as increasing income. And finally, day 100 arrives. So, did the challenge succeed? The answer depends on expectations. Can a farm become completely self-sufficient in only 100 days? Probably not. Nature takes time. So does farming. But can a well-designed farm produce vegetables, provide eggs, support fish production, generate useful compost, and begin creating income within 100 days? Absolutely. The challenge proves something important. You don't need a massive farm to start producing food. You don't need millions of dollars, and you don't need to wait years before seeing results. What you need is a smart system where everything works together. The biggest lesson from this challenge is not about vegetables, or chickens, or fish. It's about design. When farms imitate nature, they become more resilient, more productive, and often more profitable. Because in nature, nothing is wasted. Everything has a purpose. And the closer we move toward that model, the stronger our farms become. So if you were given 100 days, would you take this challenge? And what would you add to make the farm even better? Let us know in the comments. Because the future of farming may not be about doing more. It may be about connecting everything together. Loved this video? Drop a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more smart farming ideas. Keep learning, keep growing.